You are listening to the audio production of Making Fate, Marjorie's Story, Book 1, by Isabella Pansy Alden, published by Audiobooks and read by Leonor Woodworth. Chapter 1. Waiting. Mrs. Edmonds had tried every chair in the room, from the straight-backed, uncompromising one nearest to the dining room to the wide-armed, sleepy hollow in the alcove, but none of them fitted her restless mood. Twice she had resolutely settled herself on the wide, old-fashioned, pillowy lounge, arranged the pillows at head and back with infinite pains, drawn the bright-colored afghan over her, and resolved to rest, only to spring up again in 5 minutes and renew her walk up and down the room, broken only by a pause to peer out first at the western and then at the southern window. It was a pleasant enough prospect outside. The rain had been falling in torrents, and the little river which it had made still gurgled down the gutters, glistening in the brilliant moonlight. The street was quite still. During the hours which Mrs. Edmonds had waited, there had been the sound of many feet, and the sound had been listened to by this woman, as though her hope of life depended on her finding the footstep she waited for. Occasionally there had been one, so like what she sought, that she held her breath for it to draw near and pass, all the while her swift-beating heart telling her that if it had been the footstep, she would have known it, as far away as the sound could reach her. Yet still she waited for each new one in the same breathless, hopeful way. As the hours waned, the passers-by grew less and less frequent, until now the most belated traveler seemed to have reached home, and she was still waiting. She turned from the window once more, and the odor of coffee reached her. It seemed to be hateful to her. She went swiftly and closed the door which led from the dining room into the little kitchen, leaving the tiny coffee pot to its fate. They were pretty rooms, sitting and dining room, with folding doors between. The doors were rolled back out of sight, and the portieres so looped as to give a view of a dining table daintily laid for 2 people, who must both have had very refined tastes. The napery was fine and fresh, the china delicate, and the silver sterling. The Edmonds family had lived nearly always in a larger house than this. Their table had been drawn out, often full length, and was wont to be surrounded by merry, happy people. Time and change had left only 2, and the table had to be closed to its smallest. But there seemed no reason why the family heirlooms in silver and china should be laid away, so the table was pretty as of old. Mrs. Edmonds surveyed its prettiness almost with a groan. She had allowed herself to become so nervous over possibilities that all her dainty preparations for a late supper looked like so many mockeries. Still, she went once more and sat down in the sleepy hollow, drawing a wrap about her and resolving to be reasonable. What could have happened? She asked herself for the 100th time. Not an accident, surely, because there were so many of them that we should have heard of it before this time. As for their not starting for home tonight, that is nonsense. Don't I know that I would never be left here alone? More than that, she promised. Her mental argument was interrupted by the sound of footsteps overhead, and her thoughts were turned into a new channel. Mr. Maxwell was at home, then. She had not heard a sound from his room before. He must have let himself in when she went to the coal closet for that lump of coal. It was strange he was up so late, or rather so early, for the little clock on the dining-room mantel at that moment murmured in soft, silvery tones, 1, 2. They struck terror to the watcher's heart. It was actually 2 o'clock, and Marjorie, for the first time in all her 19 years, was away from her. The mother started abruptly, and giving herself no more time
Sample complete. Ready to continue?